Good evening. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. Uh, uh, Timothy, good evening to you, brother. Cynthia was talking about you a little while ago. You put a post out, said something about if you fall in the sleep in church. I think she said you said your pastor must be lying. I like it. I like it. I agree. I agree. Uh, Jamie Lee, good evening to you. Miss Neil Sampson, good evening to you. Monica Thomas, welcome, welcome. Tracy Taylor, good evening. Sheila Cherry, good evening to you. Spitting Fire is in the house tonight, and to God be the glory. I see Tammy, always 100, never fake, is here tonight. Always good to see you as well. Miss Williams, welcome to tonight's live broadcast. Who did I miss? Miss Hampton, good evening to you. Miss Lewis, good evening. There's J Rock is in the house. I'm hanging, brother. Migraine is still kicking, but I'm hanging. To God be the glory for that. I am glad that you all showed up tonight. You know, we don't do anything on a Monday night, so I was taking a gamble tonight that you all would show up. So if we're doing something on a Monday night, then it must be something big, something important, or something. We're doing something on a Monday night. Tabitha, good evening to you. Miss Faye is in the house. Good evening to you. There go Miss Rice, my good friend. Good to see you. And there are several reasons why we are broadcasting on a Monday night. One is that I will not be here tomorrow night. I'm going to be a guest on Spicy Topics show tomorrow. So follow me over there. I think it's 7:30 Eastern time, her time, I think. So that's where I will be tomorrow night with Spicy Topics. We're discussing the criminal justice system, Black Lives Matters, basically the state of our country. So I'm honored to be a guest on our show tomorrow night. So if you're not busy, don't look for me here. Slide on over to her channel. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So that was one of the reasons why we had to do a show tonight. Miss Rich, good evening to you and welcome. The other reason is that there is some news that we need to get out that we feel is very important to the public. And if I should drop dead, let me just get this out. The coronavirus is on the rise. Over 47 states now see a major increase of the coronavirus. You can sit here and guess about, what's behind the increase. Or, as R. Kelly said, use your common sense. Miss Pretty Saucy, welcome. Glad to see you. It's simple. A lot of it, I think, has to do with the protest. Experts say no, most of it was just through community spread. How they derived at that, I have no reference idea, but I do some more research on it, try to bring it to you Wednesday night. But nevertheless, I think the state of Texas is seeing over 5,000 people hospitalized a day. So that is extremely mind-boggling, and it's a matter of life and death. You don't want to keep playing Russian roulette with your life. Just because things are open up does not mean you have to show up. Remember, as always, there are some people that are counting on you and whatever you do in life. Don't let them down. I understand the protest. As always, I understand the cause. I understand the fight. I understand why you're out there. But I'm not going to join no protest. Whether it was a coronavirus or not, I'm not walking. I'm just not. I'll come and speak. I'm not doing no damn walking. I'm just not going to do it. But listen, don't commit suicide by stupidity. You cannot practice social distancing when you're marching. You're at a rally. You're going here. You're going there. There must be another way that you can let your voice be heard to let the system know that you are unhappy with what you're seeing in this country, rather than risking not only your life, but the ones you claim to love as well. Because whatever you get there, you take back to the house. You take back to your job. Wherever you go, there it is. So just thought I would throw that out. I spoke with a couple of people today, and I said I would give them a shout out. I spoke with Renee. Renee, she's on the live feed tonight. Thank you so much for giving me a call today. She called to inform me about a video that someone had did. I wanted to make sure I had seen it. Well, when she called, 2 minutes prior to her calling, I had just posted the video to our Injustice Facebook page. Tracy Thomas, if you don't say nothing else tonight, you just preached. That's it. You got to get into their goddamn motherfucking bank accounts. That's when you're going to get that act right. Whether they want to do it or not. When you get to messing with their funds, that's what's the difference. That's what's it now. Come on now. That's what you got to do. It worked then, and it still works today. Boycotts. And we're going to get into that later this week, but you're absolutely correct. Natasha left me a voicemail. I think she's in Alexandria, Louisiana, where the incident occurred with a young black male, Jonathan Rose, I think is his name. We are going to discuss that topic on Wednesday night, and we'll do that right here. And I'm sure many of you have heard the story about what happened to this young man at the hospital in Alexandria, Louisiana. You probably have seen the video. We've shared the video on our Injustice page. So if you hadn't done it, stop by and watch the video. And you can also leave a comment if you choose to do so. Now, I'm about to say something, and I already know what's going to happen. I'm going to get emails. J-Rock said, I got family in Alexandria, Louisiana. Gotcha. I'm going to get emails. Some of you are going to cuss me out. Some of you are going to call me stupid. Some of you are going to call me a house nigga. Some of you are going to call me a field nigga. Some of you are going to call me Uncle Tom. But before you do that, realize this. Eddie Mae's boy has been called every damn thing but the name on his birth certificate. But to God be the glory, I've seen the birth certificate. You may not agree with me, but you feel me just the same. I'm not upset when you don't see it my way. So try not to be upset when I tell you the way I see the protests right now. Now listen. Years ago, Tracy Taylor, I love you big time. Thank you so much. Years ago, and my brother's on the feed tonight, he'll tell you, I would march, hold rallies, go speak here and go speak there. Bronze 813, good evening to you. Welcome to tonight's live broadcast. Demanding that you remove the Confederate flag, demanded that you get rid of these Confederate monuments. Like today, yesterday, move them, take them up, you got to go. But as you get older, you start to seeing things a little different. You really start to analyzing things. Now, you don't want to ever create a problem to try and fix a problem. You don't want to do it. You don't. A few years ago, a guy used to do shows with Robert Thomas and I. We went downtown to Shreveport, and we interviewed some Klansmen. We interviewed some people who was against the Confederate monuments being removed. We were the only two black reporters that got up that close to them. And I can still remember Cattle Parish Sheriff's deputies, about 20 of them across the street, looking at me and his brother like, where in the hell are these niggas going? They gonna kill him. We went to do a story, and they talked to us. And we talked for a long time. A lot of things that he said, I didn't agree with. He didn't agree with. But everything was respectful on every end. They told us why they didn't think it should be removed, and others said why they thought that it should be removed. Now, listen, you can take Christopher Columbus' statue. You can drag his ass up and down the interstate until it's just a bunch of goddamn rocks. You did that. You can let them come and remove the statues, remove the monuments, remove the Confederate flag. But here's what you cannot do. And heaven is backing me up on this. Here's what you cannot do. You cannot erase its history. You can't. You can't erase its history. It's written in stone. And some things, as painful as they are, we must be reminded, lest we slip and think we're equal. The energy that you're wasting on demanding flags be removed, statues be removed, don't have a damn thing to do with the justice that you claim you started the protest about. Listen, you take them up. You take them up. Another black man just got killed. You take them up. Another black man just got killed. You take them up. Another black man just got killed. That does nothing. That does nothing. Some of you need to go back to the drawing board and really study this thing. Now, here, watch what happens. Watch what happens. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Let's remove the monument from in front of the courthouse in Shreveport, Louisiana. Take it up. Is it gone? It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. But now watch this. Billy Johnson got arrested. Small amount of marijuana and drug paraphernalia. Hypothetically, the crime says the penalty can be anywhere from 5 years to 15 years. If the judge see fit, he can also impose probation. But now let's see who the brother is up against. The assistant DA is a known racist. Well, what about the judge? If the judge could, that white son of a bitch would hang him at high noon. He hates blacks. So what's going to happen to the brother in the courtroom that's never been arrested for anything? Not even a traffic ticket. Here's what's going to happen. That judge and that DA will make sure that that brother get the goddamn max because they pissed off with the fucking statue being removed. You are still putting your people in harm's way. Fuck them goddamn statues and fuck the goddamn flags. It's stupid, people. You just want to be but we got to take it now. We did that. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, you send that motherfucker up the goddamn river because you trying to be so goddamn political and you just want a photo op. That's stupid. You can't erase the history. So removing them does what? Absolutely nothing. You're so goddamn smart, you dumb. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. He had to suffer because of the activists in the goddamn city walking up and down the goddamn street. Remove it now. Remove it now. Remove it now. Remove it now. We'll take it down ourselves. That energy could have and should have been used to try to meet with politicians, our city leaders, the police department, and others to aggressively address the injustices within this country. Spitting fire said political stupidity all day long. Now, some of you may not agree with that, but as I said earlier, you feel me just the same. I know you do. You're protesting. You may not like it, but you got the Confederate brothers and sisters. They're going to do the same thing. You cannot demand or suggest they stop protesting. They stop marching. They stop holding rallies. That's their rights. We can't say we're for justice on one end, but would love to see injustice on the other end. What you have a right to do, they have a right to do. Now, I told you, get a gun. Whether you're convicted, felon, and I mean that. But I didn't mean for you to go out there and start irritating people, walking up in their face and talking shit to them. I saw one brother with damn near 50 goddamn rifles, 50 goddamn guns. But this motherfucker showing up for this. People, don't forget while you're protesting, don't think about it. It's that simple. Don't forget it. Some of y'all done turned this into a goddamn entertainment. I see hundreds of people protesting, but they're on the goddamn video bringing back the electric slide. What the fuck does that have to do with black men being lynched in this country? Some of y'all are out of hand, especially in my city. In Shreveport, Louisiana, some of y'all need to sit the fuck down. I'm serious. Y'all gotta sit down. You out there every day just to be seen, a photo op. You've been in the game 30 goddamn years, but you ain't moved a goddamn mountain. That you're always talking, saying something that close to nothing. Now, did you come to the protest, or did you come to the protest to show your ass? You got black people protesting, and now here come the niggas. Here come the niggas. The Bible says, don't let your good be evil spoken of. Miss Goodson, good evening to you. Good evening. I hope that makes sense. We started out with what happened to George Floyd, and that took us back over 440 some years. But now we're out here clowning. We're out here irritating people. Don't let your conduct or your criticism become worse than the conduct you say you're trying to change. Oh, yes, I'm serious, Tammy. I'm serious. They out there dancing their ass off. The white folks out there, hey, yeah. Now dip with it. Don't dip. What the fuck? Cups all up in the motherfucking air and shit. Lil Boosie. Okay, you're late, Cammy. Yes, you did. I'm going to get to that very shortly. I promise. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to it. Listen, we're out here for injustice issues, and not just against black people, against minorities, period. But we get the bulk of it. Black people. Black people do. I don't know when some of y'all go to work, Because some of y'all been out there protesting for damn near 2 months. Every day. I guess some of you working out, I don't know. But you're going about this thing wrong. And if you just look back in history, which was yesterday, and then you go and you sit down with your other activists, and you're going to add up the costs and see, now, is what we doing working, or is nothing changing, or is getting worse? Let me answer that for you. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. I'm not saying stop the protest. All I'm saying is learn how to protest. This is not a photo op for your ass to be discovered by Tyler Perry or Dancing with the Goddamn Stars. That's not what this is about. But you're turning it into entertainment. Now watch this. We're gonna get to that video that lady just talked about. We're gonna get there. But now watch this. They don't like when I say this. A lady argued with a brother just yesterday about what I'm about to bring to you. The brother was right, she was wrong. The brother basically said, well, when are y'all going to address the issue of black on black crime? Oh, wait a minute, no. You ain't nothing but the devil and stuff. That's the demon in you. Satan, I rebuke you in the name. Don't go rebuking no goddamn body. You ain't got no power. In order to use the name of Jesus, you have to be married to him. And some of y'all are using his name and you ain't married to him. You don't have an intimate connection with him. You say you know him, but in actuality, you just know of Jesus. That's it. And you can't use his name unless you're married to him. Now watch this. Black on black crime is a pandemic. Black on black crime is a pandemic. Black on black crime is a pandemic. Before you can get any other race to believe and agree with you that Black Lives Matter, your goddamn ass got to believe it first. And you also got to live it. Now, if black lives really matter to black people, why in the fuck are black people every day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year, selling our people drugs and killing them back to back? You have to address that with this. You can't put that on the back burner and say, no, we'll deal with that at a later day. Bullshit. We're going to deal with that now. That must be addressed. Lest you become a hypocrite. Lest you become a hypocrite. That must be addressed. We just can't keep addressing white on black crime. And contrary to belief, every time a white cop shoots a black person and they die, that don't mean that white cop was a racist. It doesn't mean that. But if you're going to fight right and fight fair. And don't tell half the story. Tell the whole goddamn story. You pro-black this, you pro-black that, but you won't turn into a drug dealer who's black in your goddamn neighborhood. Black on black crime must be addressed. Reverend Al Sharpton. Black on black crime must be addressed in NAACP. You all care more about the titles you hold than doing what the titles say you should be doing. But you don't want to hear that. You want us mad at the white man just because he's white. Really? That's stupid. Clean up your goddamn house before you bring a broom to your neighbor's house. Let me help you out. Get black people. Get y'all ass in line. You've been positioned, but you was positioned wrong. Now you must be repositioned because you're fucking up. No, we cannot address black on black crime at a later date. We're going to address it all in this letter. We're going to address it. Your brothers don't get a pass because they black. Well, you know, they've been through so much, the oppressor is still oppressing them, and they are oppressing their goddamn selves. Black people cannot get a free pass on black crime. Some of y'all, I'm not always right, you're not always wrong, but some of y'all need to check yourselves because you're making yourselves out to be a goddamn jackass. If Black Lives Matter, get your goddamn neighborhood in line. Get your neighborhood in line. It can't be one-sided. When you pick up one end of the stick, you have to pick up the other end of the stick. Tell your story. Tell your story. And don't tell your story and then put a conjunction there. But I don't want to hear that but shit. Tell your story and tell it right. And tell it right. Maybe if black people lives really matter to black people, white folks would get their ass in line and stop fucking over us. And if you don't want the white man using the word nigger, you shouldn't use it. Now, if you're making a statement, I can understand that. But what's up, my nigga? Yeah, but you can't say it. Really? That don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. You want police officers arrested and convicted for killing black people. And you're walking 10 miles a day, every day, holding a sign in 96-degree fucking temperatures. But you don't say a goddamn thing about Lil Raw that shot John last Saturday night 3 times in the chest and he died. And you saw the whole goddamn thing. But you don't go to Walmart and get a poster board or a black permanent marker. Demand his arrest. You don't say shit. You don't say a goddamn thing. You know why you don't say shit? Because you're fake. You're fake. You're a goddamn fake. That's what you are. Now be about it or don't come in, I'm going to cherry pick this and we're going to No. If you want the cops arrested, then you should want them in your neighborhood. You got kids holding black people hostage in their own goddamn neighborhood. They grandmother stayed there. Grandmother after grandmother stayed there in that goddamn house. And you got motherfuckers 19 to 15 years old. They coming and terrorizing the goddamn motherfucking neighborhood. But you don't say a mumbling goddamn word. But time a cop shoots a black person, this is unacceptable. We're gonna march. No justice, no peace. When you see that dope man put that dope in that crack addict's hand, you ought to walk out there and say, no justice, no peace. But you don't. Tammy always said because it's hot out there. You don't say shit. You cannot come in my house and tell me how to raise my children and them goddamn bastards you got over there and sneaking out the goddamn windows at 9 years old. Man, you ain't doing shit, but you want to come in and scoop. Really? You got to tell it. And the truth is the truth, whether you believe it or not. My good friend, Miss Favors. Good evening, Miss Favors. Always good to see you. It said, Bo Corn said, thank you, sis. Okay, tell me Spitfire. Listen, we can't minimize our wrong. We can't excuse our black people. We can't keep giving our black people a no go to jail free card because we ain't gonna say shit. But you'll stand on Mount Everest and demand that the white man be arrested and convicted for killing an unarmed black person. But you don't say shit about the killers in your neighborhood. I think that's hypocritical. I think that's hypocritical. Miss Savage, good evening to you. And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm laughing at what J-Rock just said. J-Rock said, what these women are doing to R. Kelly and Bill Cosby is black on black crime. You just preached. you just preached. You did that. You just preached. All right, so we can get out of here. I still got some time. Let me get a sip and we're going to get to that video that lady just brought up. Okay. I hope I'm making some sense tonight with y'all. The rest of what was supposed to come with this tonight, of course, by now, you know, we won't get to it because I have to stop and speak on another issue that's very, very serious and must be addressed. Brooklyn, good evening to you. Wilmot, I agree with you on that. Amen. To God be the glory. Now listen. When I got up this morning, I saw messages like always. No, Ms. Thomas, I didn't mention about Iran put out a warrant for Donald Duck, but I will. I don't know if I'm gonna do it tonight. Probably gonna be Wednesday night, but we will. I promise you, we will address the warrant for Donald Duck. We will do that. But this morning, at least 50 people, some of y'all probably on the live feed that did, inboxed me a video. Some of you called me about it. Well, the video is Brittany Bowens, the woman that gave birth to Malia Davis. I dare not say mother. I dare not say mother. I dare not say mother. When I saw it, my head's already pounding from the migraines. Well, I can't look at this right now. I just can't. But they kept coming. They kept coming. People kept calling. Yes, this is about Malia. Calm down, Jerry. Calm down. I got you covered, I promise. So I got another cup of coffee. And I sat at my desk. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to listen to this video. Then I'm going to see what Brittany Bowens had to say. Well, when I pushed play, after listening to the brother speak, who gave a wonderful interview. I mean, wonderful interview. Wonderful. After he spoke, now I want to make hope I didn't lose that piece because I don't want to lie on the woman. And I might be paraphrasing some. When she opened her mouth, she said, "Oh, where do we start?" Did y'all see that? Did you see that? Miss Farris said he did good, but she didn't. Oh, you're right. We're finna get into that. You're absolutely right. She didn't. Now, after that, I think my damn blood pressure went up, and up. I immediately cut it off. I can't do this right now. I can't do this one right now. But I had to force myself to watch it because I wanted to respond to it. Tracy Taylor said, I got to give me something to drink on this one. Amen. It pissed me off too, Cherry. Now, so I went back and I watched it. Cut the ringers off on all the phones. Didn't want to be disturbed. I'm going to watch this. I think it lasted about maybe 26, 28 minutes, somewhere along in there. Okay. Now, of course, I took notes. Like I'm sure some of you all did. You took notes. But let me just say this to Malia. I'm keeping my promise. As long as I live, your story will never die. It will never die as long as I live. Malia, your story will die. I made that promise to Malia, nobody else. So whoever don't like it or whatever, I don't care. It's a personal thing between me and Malia. And I intend on keeping my promise until the day I die. This guy that interviewed Brittany is her tattoo guy. She was allegedly getting ready to get a tattoo, but they did the video first, and after that, let's go ahead and do your tattoo. Well, I learned some things listening to the woman that gave birth to Malia Davis. One thing she said, with the, and I'm paraphrasing, with the coronavirus pandemic, the case may not be heard for another 2 or 3 years. And she did it with a smirk on her face. Yep, the bitch still breathing, Tammy. She's still breathing. Several times she laughed within that video. And he asked her to explain what happened. Well, I guess my date is wrong, because I thought that Brittany Bowens went to lay her dad to rest. I thought she left out on April the 30th. And I've been saying that for the longest. So let me apologize. That was my mistake. Because the sister says she left out on April the 31st. Did anybody else ever hear April the 30th, or was I just completely wrong? I mean, April 31st, because I thought it was April 30th. Anybody heard that? April 30th? Let me know. If I'm wrong, I'll apologize. When he asked her what's, about her life. She was out of town. The things that she was worried about. Before she answered that, she says she took the bus. Now, I'm assuming when she says she took the bus, that she took the bus to go out of town to lay her daddy to rest. That's what I'm thinking. Roberta Rick said, nope, no such date. Now, I don't know why it was a rush for Brittany to go and see her father. Because, let her tell it, she had not seen her dad in decades. Now, I don't know if she was speaking to him in between that time, but she said she had not seen him. in over a decade, and she had to get there. Okay, that's your dad, I understand, but I don't understand why. I mean, why you really have to get there. I'm lying. You hadn't seen him in some decades. So if you hadn't seen him in some decades, you may have been speaking with him, but it couldn't have been a lot. It could have been a lot. It couldn't have been. But you had to get there. Tammy Always 100 Never Fake said it was April 30th. Now, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. If somebody has seen the video, y'all go and see it. It's on my page. She said she left out on April 31st. Okay, so what were you most concerned about? For the sake of time, here's what she said. In this order, I was worried about my daddy. I was worried about paying my bills. And last, I was worried about my children. Now, if there is a mother on the live feed tonight, she would probably have said this. I was worried about my daddy, and I was worried about my children. I don't even know if bills would have came up. But I don't know why worrying about the kids would be at the end. Doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. Doesn't make any sense. Now, she says when she got back in town, Darion Vince had not showed up to pick her up. She said it was raining. And since he's not from Houston, Texas, she assumed he got lost. So she waited over 2 hours. Did you call? No, we couldn't call because the phones were off. Not her phone was off, the phone. So her phone was cut off for not paying the bill or just turned off. Darion Vince's phone was cut off for not paying the bill or just cut off. But I find it very strange that both of their phones was off. Tammy said my children would have been top at the list. Amen to that. Amen to that. Now, I find it strange when he would ask her certain questions. She would have to think. Oh, I can't remember. Let me see. I don't remember what I was doing. I just can't remember. When did you call the police? I can't remember. I don't. She said on July the 28th, Malia Davis was sitting at a table and she fell on the floor, and that's how she got that mark on her head. Well, she also said, and I've shared this with you before. I didn't have time to pull it up tonight, but hopefully I'll get it up tonight or tomorrow. We'll talk about it later. The doctors, now I want you to watch this. It's how she's trying to minimize her wrong or just throw her ass out the picture altogether. The doctor said that there was some old blood and some new blood, but she couldn't explain what the doctor meant. She couldn't explain it. Well, I wish she'd have called me. I could have explained it for her. Brittany Bowens, old blood and new blood. New blood means something just recently happened. Maybe that day. Old blood, and I'm going to quote the doctor on this one. The old blood told doctors that Malia Davis had a previous head injury that was not fucking reported. That's what it fucking means, Brittany. Bitch, stop playing games. Your sick ass. You know what the fuck it means. She kept trying to put the blame over there on Craig Davis. Every time something went wrong, she was with Craig Davis. Bullshit. Then she said, and see so much was going on. I was trying to figure out, like when this thing first happened in 2018, why did CPS take my kids? Why did CPS take? Why did they take your kids? Oh, I don't fucking know. I guess because they said you was beating their goddamn ass from the rising of the sun to the going down of the same, and you was neglecting them. That might be a reason. Hello. I didn't know somewhere in there she went to California, her and Jeanette. I found out that today because the day that Craig Davis allegedly attempted to attack Darion Vance in the courtroom, her and Jeanette was somewhere in California. Jamie Lee, thank you. I love you big time. Miss Jamma, thank you so much. I love you big time. So I can just say at that particular time, as now, she was living her best life. She was living her best life. He asked her towards the end, with everything that has happened, what would you have done different if you could have done something different? Watch this. If you can go back in time, Brittany, what would you have done different if you could have?
Oh, I wouldn't have left my child with Darion Vance. I would have took them with me.
She had to think about a goddamn answer. She had to think about a goddamn answer. I don't know what's up with this video, but it's something else behind them doing this video out of the goddamn blue. Something ain't right. Something is not right. She had to think about what she would have done different. She's a private person. She don't like people all up in her business. Well, when you killed your daughter, you put us in your business. That's what you did. You put us in your business. You're a private person. I wouldn't give a damn how private I am. If my child is missing, open the goddamn book up to the world. I need help. Throughout this video, she continues to focus on self. Oh, I was suicidal. I want to kill myself, and anybody got in my way. I'm depressed. I got this disease. I got that. It's just a lot to be going. Then towards the end. I wanted to take all of my children with me, but I didn't have the money. Thank you, Sherry. Love you big time. Me too. Oh, I couldn't. I couldn't take them with me. I couldn't. People don't know the whole story. They bad-mouthing me, and I'm paraphrasing. I love Malia. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you did not love her. You didn't. This woman had, it's something else behind this video. But if she thought that was going to help her case, it just fucked it up. It just fucked it up. Miss Tracy Thomas said, a friend, I couldn't keep them. They went into that when it first happened. What about the other family members? No. Well, they came over and got Peyton. Why they didn't get, y'all remember this, why they didn't get Malia? They should have asked for her. They should have asked for her. Listen, there's a little girl. When they found her body parts. When they found her discarded in a black trash bag in Arkansas throw on the side of the road like we do garbage and dead animals. Blood was coming out the bag with a smell and maggots. This child was tortured up until death. Up until death. The majority of Malia Davis pictures, and Miss Ferris, I think I've shared some too. Malia was a very unhappy little girl. Very unhappy. But I can't believe she would have the audacity to do an interview and the audacity to try to blame everything on Craig Davis. Miss Morgan, love you big time. Thank you so much. Listen, when she said nothing may not happen for 2 or 3 more years. If a mother was being interviewed and she would have said that because of the coronavirus pandemic, I promise you, you would have felt pain because she would have been upset that justice, the bells of justice was not ringing soon enough for her deceased child. I think you can, Alfonso, I think you can use it through the Cash App. I'm not for sure. I think you can do it that way. Thank you so much. That's what a mother would do. That would be the mother's response. It's almost like she was saying, nah, boo-boo, I ain't going to jail, I ain't going. I'm not going. I want you all, am I pissed off? Again, that's an understatement. I'm hoping, for those of you that didn't see it, or you saw it today, I want you to be just as pissed off as I am with what's going on with the Malia Davis case. And I said to the chief of police and all those in Houston, Texas, at the police department, you can't find a criminal when you're not looking for one. You can't. You cannot. Let's not forget what Brenda Bowen said. That whenever the child was with her, she was fine. Every time she went back to Brittany, there was an incident. There was an incident. There was an incident. You'll probably see her pop up on a lot of more interviews when they start paying her to do it. I personally don't think she should be allowed to do that. She shouldn't. But she's cocky now. It's over. It's a cold case. So she say. So she think. Miss Phillips said I was disgusted. And so was I. That she had the audacity to do that interview. But there was no emotions within that interview. I mean, none. None. None at all. And I think for a minute, she somewhat confused the guy that was doing the interview, or he was like, that don't make no sense. Go back and watch it. Malia Davis did not stand a chance of becoming a teenager and adult. From day one, that child was marked for death. From day one. I just want to know what bus that she took. And maybe I missed it. You know, I missed some things. I do. I don't really look for remorse from people like her, because when you get remorse from people like her, it means they are truly sorry for what they did. But when they're not sorry, don't look for remorse. You're setting yourself up for a letdown. I'm spitting fire. I love you 10 times. Thank you so much. She can't give you what she don't have. Malia Davis was never loved in this world until you and I heard her name. The cute little girl in Houston, Texas, with a little pom-pom. When we heard her name, that's when that child was loved. That's when she was loved. Just simple as that. This woman told so many lies. Lie after lie after lie after lie. And a lot of times as she did before, she paused, she thinks. She's trying to think of an answer that's going to satisfy the guy that's doing the interview and going to satisfy us that's going to talk about this shit from sun up to sundown. You'd have did better keeping your goddamn mouth closed. Because now it's just like you're laughing in our face. Your daughter's dead. And you living your goddamn best life getting tattoos. You won't get away with it. Somebody call, well, don't worry, Miss Scott. Judgment Day is coming. I don't give a fuck about a goddamn judgment day. We need our goddamn day. That's the day I'm talking about. I don't know what's going to happen beyond the clouds or down there. I want to see her locked up while I'm still alive now. I want her to pay for it now. She don't know why CPS took her children. Do I need to post the whole goddamn report online again? Because I will. If I need to remind her of why they took them. I don't have no problem with doing it. What you don't want, somebody needs. What you don't give a damn about, somebody will love and cherish until their dying days. They will not interrupt the life that they bought in. As Thomas says, when you tell a lie, you have to tell another one. Exactly. You have to. And you have to. But when you're telling the truth, what you said a year ago today, you still say when it's the truth. When it's the truth. She's free, footloose, fancy free, enjoying life. But y'all remember that there's a 4-year-old girl dead that didn't ask to come, but she came. And damn near everybody came in contact with Malia, let Malia down. They did. In one form or another, they let that little girl down. Then she brought up, thank you. And see, and so many people trying to make a come up, make a profit, bitch, what? What? Let's talk about them goddamn GoFundMe pages your goddamn ass set up. You had damn near 20 in different names. Let's talk about you making a goddamn profit. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that shit. Making a goddamn profit. You didn't even pay for the funeral. You didn't. You didn't pay for the headstone. You didn't. What did you do with the money? Duh. They went to California, Mr. Scott. You didn't know that? And you got the audacity to get upset because you think somebody trying to make a come up on Malia Davis' death. If you hadn't killed her, they wouldn't be trying to make a goddamn come up, if that be the goddamn case. But you did the same goddamn thing. GoFundMe pages. To the left, no, to the right, to the back. Goddamn, they all around me. we wouldn't know your name had you not killed your daughter. And I'll say it until the day I die. What you need to do, unless you deliberately got some shit wrong on purpose or something ain't right about this video, but if you didn't, what I suggest you do, go watch your other interviews because you forgot what the fuck you said. You're sad. It is sad. It is earthly sad that you still breathe the same fucking air that humans breathe. It's sad because, in my opinion, you're just a monster in human form. You carried Malia in your womb, but you did not carry Malia in your heart. I hate to say it this way, but the best thing that could ever happen to Malia was when God looked down and said, "Shh, stop, Malia, stop fighting. Stop. That's the best thing could ever happen to Malia. Malia, as long as I live again, your story will never die. It won't. It won't. And it's my mission to seek justice for all those involved in your tortured life up until they murdered you. I love you all. I appreciate you all listening tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow night I will not be here. You can find me on Spicy Topics YouTube channel. Tomorrow night, I think it's like 7:30, 8:30. And I'll be back here Wednesday, be it the Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. And we'll discuss some of those other stories that people have sent me within the last couple of days. I love you big time. And whatever you do, remember, somebody loves you and somebody is depending on you. The coronavirus is on the rise. The coronavirus is on the rise. Look out for yourself and your family. Find out other ways that you can do things to help bring about a change for minorities. I applaud you for what you're doing. But remember, coronavirus is alive. It hadn't left the building. And you can be next if you don't practice social distancing. Jacksonville, Florida, governor has made it mandatory that the residents wear a face mask inside and outside. It's serious. I look for the country to be shut down within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Reluctantly, they're probably going to do it, but they're going to fight it as much as they can, as long as they can, simply because they're worried about the economy. Just because things are open don't mean you have to go in. It's as simple as that. I'm Al Scott with Injustice Investigations. We will see you all Wednesday night. Y'all have a good night. Thank you.